Hello, it's Zoe Berg. Today I'm at Desert International Horse Park here in Thermal, California, and I thought it would be a really fun idea to make you guys a day in the life vlog. The noise is killing me. I also wanted to say a huge thank you for everyone who's helped me be here. That includes my parents. Thank you guys so much for supporting my hopes and my dreams and my goals. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. It's currently 4:37 a.m. Time to start the day. Welcome to a day in my life at Desert International Horse Park. I was here for about 3 weeks and I typically start my day around 5:30 a.m. with a tube of Gastrogard. Horse shows can be a really stressful environment, so I like to take preventative actions for ulcers. Around 6 a.m. when the barn starts waking up, Spring gets his morning grain, alfalfa, and hay. I put the hay in a hay net because Spring is so incredibly messy and it keeps him from wasting it. Now that Spring's content and munching away, I'll go ahead and take off his sheet, which I use to keep him clean more than anything. I'll muck at his stall and I'll clean and refill his water buckets. At this point, the sun is starting to rise, and it's my favorite part of the day. Once his stall is clean, I always pull back his shavings from the door to keep them inside, and once I'm all done, I finally get to take care of myself a little bit. Now it's time to prepare his night grain. I forgot my scooper, don't mind me. I always mix his supplements and stuff with Gatorade. He loves it, and it adds a little bit of extra electrolytes. So I was at this horse show for 3 weeks and jumped him about 3, maybe 4 days per week. So the mornings after jump days, he would usually be wrapped. So at this point, I would go ahead, strip those, and put them away. After all my chores are finished, it's finally getting warm enough for the wash rack. I always start by putting water-resistant polish on his hooves, and also here's a lovely clip of Spring spooking. Anyway, I put hoof protectant on every day because when the horses are in the wash rack every day, the extra moisture can be super damaging to their hooves. I'm also one of those strange gray owners who doesn't bathe in the mornings. I just spot clean and get the poultice off his legs. Then we go straight into our morning hand walk because there's no faster way to dry.
Ew, look at the view! Come on, pretty pony.
It's now 7:30 and time to go course walk.
Need it? No!
Which one? Oh boy. I honestly love walking the course and making my plan. I feel like it's a great way for me to calm my nerves and get focused for my rounds. It's also a really good place to make friends with people in your division. The time has come! It's showtime! I'm gonna go ahead and get tacked up and ready to ride. There was a loose horse. Anyway, I've had some questions about Spring's belly band and why I use it, so I'm using it right now because the season is changing and when he starts shedding, his coat gets really fragile and I would never want my boot or leg to rub him in the wrong way. Anyway, time for earplugs, aka my favorite safety feature. He's such a good horse. I love him. Anyway, I know I say this in every video, but I really do love these brands. I use Zandona tendon boots and I use Premier Equine England back boots. I adore these brands. Please sponsor me. Anyway, once Spring is all ready, I need to get myself presentable. I always go for a low pony. I love it. Don't come at me for not wearing a hairnet. They are expensive. I use a 1K helmet, an AA mesh coat, Ariat tall boots, and if you're interested in all of the brands that I use, I specifically go into it on my TikTok, so you can go look for that video. And now that I'm all ready and Spring's all ready, it is time to go and ride.
From a 5-night stretch, got me sipping up the duffel, baby, I digress. Somewhere in the bay where I find you, chopping with a blade, finna side through. Clothes and the drugs that it's signed to. Say pour another up, make it times 2. If you really wanna say, don't fake it. Last cup, gotta speak in my language. Said I'm right here, what you know saving. Working on that great shift, baby. If you really wanna say, just say it. stretch, got me sipping up the duffel, baby, I digress. Somewhere in the bay where I find you, chopping with a blade, finna slide through. Those in the drugs that it's signed to, saying pour another up, make it times two. If you really wanna say, don't fake it. Last cup, gotta speak in my language. Said I'm right here, what you know saving. Working on that grave shift, baby. If you really wanna say it, just say it. Said the last cup made it feel amazing. Said I'm right here, what you been chasing. Working on that grave shift, baby.
After some great rounds of the show ring, it's time to do Spring's post-jumping care. Let's get untacked and on our way.
Had to do a quick little fit change.
Now that I'm changed and organized, it's bath time. I always mix equal parts shampoo and conditioner just so his coat doesn't get dry because we have to bathe him so much at the show. For his tail, I just rinse it in my bucket of products and add even more conditioner. And then I always put in my favorite leave-in conditioner so that his tail doesn't break. I actually use this stuff in my hair too, so highly recommend. Then of course it's every equestrian's favorite part. I stick him back in his stall and it's time for his ice boots. I'm gonna set a 15-minute timer for these ice boots and I'm gonna go clean my tack. I use Horseman's One Step on all of my leather. I also keep everything covered up, usually in tack bags, just because shows can be so dusty. Lucky for me, I've become quite efficient cleaning my tack, so usually my timer for Spring's ice boots goes off right after I'm finished putting everything away. Alrighty, now that his ice boots are off, normally I would go ahead and poultice and wrap him, but it is getting hotter and hotter outside. The high is like 82. And weighing the pros and cons wrapping when it's that warm, I just don't think it's very beneficial. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and take him on a quick 20-minute hand walk, and then I'm going to pack his feet like I normally would, wait till tonight, ice him again, and then poultice and wrap him. Sorry that audio is a little bit difficult to hear. Anyway, we're going on our 20-minute hand walk, and now that we're back, I'm going to pack his feet. I use Magic Cushion. I think this stuff is great. So I get his hoof clean and dry, then I take a hefty handful and spread it evenly on the inside of his shoe. I find that I don't even need to cover it with anything because his shavings pack it in there quite nicely. Hoof pack is great. It keeps any potential leg soreness at bay. Now that he's all taken care of, I just clean up and head out to go see my friends. I also take videos for clients at this point, eat lunch, and if I have time, I'll go explore.
I just can't get enough of the view.
This facility was absolutely gorgeous. The mountains were so close, the palm trees were so beautiful. There's also planes everywhere because there was an airport right next to it. It was just such a cool vibe. It's currently about 2 p.m. right now. I just had lunch, hung out with some friends, took some videos of people, and I'm thinking of taking him on a little hand walk, cleaning him up, just going along with my day. I try to avoid this area as much as possible in the afternoons, just because it gets so sunny. You can see the sun starting to set a little bit, and it just like beams in, so. I like to take Spring on tons of hand walks throughout the day just to keep swelling and soreness down. I just check on him throughout the day, and then I'll keep exploring, keep taking videos. There's some really cool sights to see, like these shops. There's a really cool coffee shop. It's such a cool community here at Thermal, and I've never been anywhere like it, so I just thought I'd show it off a little. It's about 4:30 p.m. and it is hot and sunny. I'm gonna start getting him ready for the night. So I'm gonna start with just mucking out a stall, but I've been picking it all day, so it's pretty easy as like one thing in here. Add another bag of shavings, and then I'm gonna go take him on a 20-minute hand walk, get his legs all wet, and do his leg care for the night, as well as, of course, feed him and make sure he has water. So let's go. Okay, now that that's over, let's take care of Spring's legs. I use non-medicated poultice. Poultice relieves soreness and inflammation, draws out swelling, and will promote healing. Also, poultice works best when wet, so most people will put damp paper towels between the wraps and their legs, but I actually just go ahead and wet this part of the wraps themselves. Spring seems to really not like the feeling of the paper towels between his legs and the wrap, so that's just what works best for him. And then when you actually go to wrap your wrap, you want to make sure all the tension is on the front of the cannon bone. You want your wraps taut, not tight, and you just want to make sure the pressure is even throughout the wrap. And you just do the same thing with the back legs that you did with the front. Now that he is all wrapped up and ready for the night, I'm gonna go ahead and stick on his blanket now that the sun's going down and it's getting cooler. I'll do my last minute checks and then I'll head out. Good night, I love you. It's now 6 p.m. and he has all of his waters full and all of his hay and his blanket on, and I will see him again at 5:30 in the morning. I hope y'all enjoyed a day of my life at Desert International Horse Park. Please subscribe, hit that like button, and comment what you'd like to see next. Thank you so much for watching.